Hi everybody, it's Claire from Handmade at Hudson's. I'm sorry I haven't posted for a while. I've been having a chronic pain flare up. You won't realise how many times I've tried to say that out loud. It's quite difficult. So I think because of lockdown, it's given me time to slow down and my pain's a lot better than it has been. So I thought I would jump on today and to show you how to make a gorgeous card using two things. One is this card. One is the Retiring Beautiful Day stamp set, which is one of my favourite stamp sets. And the other item that I've been using is Indigo Blu's Mega Flakes, which are one of my favourite things to play with in my stash. So I will turn you around and talk you through what I've used to make this gorgeous, gorgeous card and show you how to make it. So this is the card that I made right way up. It's using Rich Raspberry cardstock, which is 14 by, so it's 14.5 by 10.5, but it's actually 21 and then scored at 10.5, if you understand what I mean. And then inside I have got a piece of paper which is Whisper White, which is 9 by 13 centimetres. And then Happy Birthday is from the Special Celebration stamp set, which is one I use a lot. So to make a card, today I'm going to use a different colour. So I'm going to go with Pretty Peacock. And again, I have cut it at 14.5 centimetres by 21, which is the size of the A4. And then I have scored it at 10.5. And I think that looks really pretty. And then to do the stamping, I'm using the Beautiful Day again. So this has to be one of my favourite stamp sets. I have used it so many times, probably more than a lot of the stamp sets that I have. And I'm very sad it's retiring, but I've got a few more techniques that I want to try with it. So this is definitely one of them, and I have been so excited, and I haven't been able to find my Mega Flakes. I found them in the drawer, which is really helpful. So as I said, I'm using Mega Flakes. So I'm using Indigo Blu's Mega Flakes, which I have found are the best flakes that I have used. So I'm using Lancashire Rose, which is one of my favourites. I think I've got Manchester Tart as well, but I'm not sure where it is. So to be able to use the Mega Flakes, you need flitter glue. You need Easy Peasy stamp cleaner, which will get the glue off. You need a scoochie, which is what they use to take the flakes off. And you need a piece of dry foam. And then the other thing that you'll need is a sort of spatula to spread the glue out. And the other thing that you'll need is some sort of glue to glue the inside down, and a block. So I am using a block. I've got my Happy Birthday on here already. And whatever card you use, you'll need the ink. So I have got my Pretty Peacock ink, and I've also got my Pretty Peacock Stampin' Right marker. And the only other thing that you'll need is some post-it notes and also some water. So I've got a tub of water because the glue likes to stick to the stamps. So the first thing you do when you've finished with the glue is to put your stamps straight into water and then clean them off with the Easy Peasy stamp cleaner. But I'll show you that later. So we've got, as I said, we've got Mega Flakes, which is Lancashire Rose. And this is gorgeous because it's a combination of loads of different colours, if you can see. So it's got gold and copper, and it's just stunning. And it looks absolutely stunningly gorgeous, as you can tell, because this card is so pretty. So let's begin. So what I'm going to do is actually stamp the inside of the card first. So I'm going to put this to one side, and I'm going to take the stamp, put this to one side, she says. I'm just going to throw it everywhere, really. So I'm going to take the big stamp out as well. Stick the down. So you'll notice that I haven't actually stuck the stickers on the back of these, and that's because these are the old clear stamps rather than the new cling stamps. So the new cling stamps are perfect for actually behaving themselves on blocks. The old stamps were not amazing at sticking to blocks without a bit of playing. So the reason why this is stuck on properly is because it's been in water, so it's been a bit damp, which is probably a bad plan. So I've somehow managed to put down my stamp pad. So the first thing I've done is actually covered up the rest of the happy birthday and just put, may your day be as beautiful as you. So I'm going to ink that up. As I said, you can use post-it notes so that you can ink up just the bottom part. You can use your Stampin' Right markers just to ink up the bottom part. Stampin' Right markers do work quite well. Or you can do surgery, which is that you cut the stamp, but I didn't want to on this one. So I'm just going to breathe on this ink. And then I'm just going to line this up and hopefully it's straight. And as you can see, I've actually hit the Y, but that's fine. It's not an issue. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that on here, but I'm just going to clean it off. So I'm just going to take my stamp chamois and I am going to take off the ink. So I'm going to use this stamp again in a minute for the front. So I'm going to take the flower and I'm going to take my Pretty Peacock ink and I'm just going to ink it all up, although I don't need all of it. And I am just going to stamp part in the bottom corner down here. And then again, I'm going to clean it off with a chamois. So you could use your stamping cleaner and your stamping scrub, but that's got all the ink off. And then I'm just going to press it down to make sure it's dry, which it is. Okay, so I'm just going to put this to one side in case I mess up my glue, which hopefully I won't. Right, so when you fold it in half at 10.5, there's normally, and I'm not sure if you can see it, a little lip. So I actually want it to be this way around. And I don't seem to have burnished it properly. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and burnish the side, and then it will close better. So there we have it. Right, so the gluing part is actually really simple. So I have got retro plate and I have got my dry foam, fat foam, cut and dry foam. If you buy the collection, which they offer on their website, I think, I haven't bought some for a while, then you get the flitter glue, some foam, the scoochie and the stamp cleaner, I think, together. So I've got some and just spread some on, and then I'm just going to tap this lightly, and I've probably put too much on here, onto my flower. And then I am going to turn this over. I want my flower going up. And I'm just going to hold my flower about there, stamp and press. Press down hard. And then I'm going to take my flower and I'm going to drop it in the cold water. So my flower is now being de-glued. And you can actually see the glue coming off already. Well, I can. I'm not sure whether you can in your light. Okay, so whatever you do, don't get your hands wet because this Mega Flakes will stick to your hands. So you want to dry your hands off. And then I'm going to take my Mega Flake. I'm going to turn this over and take this out of the way for a second, because I can guarantee my Mega Flake will go all over there. And I'm going to take some, and I don't need that much actually. And I bet it's stuck to my hands. Has it? Oh, nearly. And I'm just going to use my fingers. And I'm just going to gently rub into the flower. I'm just going to take a bit more. I just need some up here. I'm not sure whether I can rub this back on. There we go. So I'm just gently rubbing into the flower so that all the parts of the glue are filled. And then I'm just going to take my excess and push it back into the pot. Okay, so then I'm going to take my scooch and I'm just going to run over. Doesn't that look amazing? The flower again. And then I'm going to put this back in the tub. And you can use a brush. So I have a flake brush. And I'm just going to clean that off. So there we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean off my work surface. Otherwise your card gets absolutely covered in flitter glue. Oh, sorry. These gilding flakes. So I'm just going to bring it down. That'll go onto my lid, to the bottom of the screen, and you can't see that. So I'm just cleaning off, which is not normal for me because I am normally the messiest crafter ever. Okay, so we have our card and we have our flower. So now I need my happy birthday. So I'm going to bring back in my post-it note. So it's one of the long ones. I think I just got these from Home Bargains. And I'm going to bring back in my glue. And I'm going to stick down on happy birthday. And I'm just going to tap gently. Like so. I'm going to take this off. And I'm just going to make sure that this bit isn't sticky. I'm going to take my happy birthday. And I'm going to line that up the bottom, hopefully so it's straight. And then take this off. So we've got happy birthday. And again, I'm just going to take a little bit and rub this in. So there is a suggestion that you shouldn't use the multicoloured flakes for writing. So I have found that the happy birthday is big enough for multicoloured flakes. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Oopsie, I've ended up with extra, which is fine. I managed to get glue everywhere. So I wonder if I can scratch that off. Oh well. So the happy birthday is big enough to not be an issue, but the smaller writing I did find on the other card was more difficult to read. So I've got my scoochie. I'm just going to get rid of these pieces of foil, flake, okay. So then I'm just going to take the inside of my card and I am going to add some tape or glue to the edges, she says. Shouldn't really be doing it over that. And then just going to make sure it's down. And there we have a pretty peacock version. So if I just move these out of the way, we have got pretty peacock and rich raspberry using the Lancashire Rose Mega Flakes. Aren't they so pretty? So if you've got any questions, please let me know. You can contact me, Claire at Handmade at Hudson's. You can find me handmade@hudsons.co.uk. Thank you very much. Bye.